Hey buddy, I'm trying with my computer camera right now because YouTube is a mess for me tonight. I've written my text because I was so sick of trying to remember what to say each time it was fucking up. So, so tonight, what I want to talk about is how unimportant it is to have all or any of the altar tools to do magic. Um, when we start as a teenager, we set books with all the tools, and we think we need to have them, and the books rarely says that you don't need them. It's like you should have it. You go get it. No, 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 no. So I remember at first when I was a young teenager, I couldn't afford to have anatomy and a wand and the calice and the cauldron and all those stuff. And most of my life, I was pretty poor and I couldn't afford any of that stuff. The first thing I bought related to magic was my Book of Shadow that I have for over 10 years now, I think. Um, so I made an altar from scratch with what I could find outside in the yard. It was like 9, 10 p.m. at night in September, I think. I didn't care that I didn't have conventional altar tools. Um, my will, mind, and energy was enough to make all what I had set on the table to work with me and for me. Still today, I don't normally carry my altar tools with me when I travel. Um, and sometimes I'll bring my Atomy at the Coven house, or something else if it needs recharging. Sometimes I'll bring it there. But usually, if I go out and I decide to do a ritual, I won't bring things with me because the as I don't have my wand or atame with me, my fingers becomes the most powerful extension tool. And you have to think that the conventional tools uh, don't hold powers. It's when you buy it or before you tweak it, it's like an empty shell. So you are the one that are transmitting your powers and energy through the object. You could use a pencil or whatever and use it as a wand or an anatomy, and it would do the same thing because it's the intention that counts. And I'm sorry. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. So, what I meant to say is don't let yourself be down if you can't afford or don't have all the fancy altar tools. You don't have to have them at all costs. If you want to get them, you get them, but it's not an obligation. And think about that. You can find so many things in nature that you won't even need to buy, or that you can even make your um, altar tools survival kit for when you go out. Like you can get stones and something that represents every element, a tiny candle, or even if you don't have a candle, you don't absolutely need a candle to do magic. You don't need anything physical to do magic. The magic comes from you. So, yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about. That's my message tonight. So may have all a great night. Blessed be. Bye. But along for the rest, um, I I could afford a nice Atomy and all those other tools. Um, if you find an object that could be used as a tool, but it's not like it's shown in all those books, the god and goddess won't care if it's the same thing as it's gonna be shown in books or not. The it's uh, it's what it means to you. The like my atomy is with a white handle, while usually in books they say it's black handle with a um, smaller blade, but mine is a bit longer, a bit like a small dagger. But I don't care if it's not like in the books. I love my atomy. Um, I showed it in another video, the one about my altar, one of my first videos. You would have to go back in time. Um, when you cannot afford to buy tools or herbs or stones or whatever, you can always find a replacement. And remember that the strongest replacement is your body, your mind, um, your energy. Uh, I once did a ritual a long time ago, like 10 years ago, and it was really on an impulsion. I really had to do the ritual. I felt like I had to. It was attacking me, and I had to do something about it. And but back in those days, all I had was my Book of Shadows. I didn't have any altar tools. So what I did is that in my mind, um, I needed one to help me control the emotions that I had, to filter them through the wand. So when it comes on the other side of the wand, it's filtered and more pure, because I was really in a bad mood at that time. And so that night I went outside. In the backyard, I found a tree. I asked the goddess if I could take um, a twig, because I needed to make a wand with that. So it was like a calm night and no wind, and like all of a sudden started to wind, to blow wind in the tree. So I kind of took it like a sign, because it was pretty calm just before. So I took a twig, I kept the leaves with it, and picked up some rocks outside, bringing inside. I've put the rocks on the small altar table that I made. I removed the leaves, put them on the altar with it, cleaned the atomy. Oh, sorry, it's my cat. It tickled me. So, um, what was I saying? Yeah. So it was a very unconventional altar table already. It was like a uh, clothes basket, like with a lid, like a box, and I used um, powdered incense that I sprinkled over the altar that I had.